upstairs.
I promise I'll wait for you.
You don't believe the rumors you hear about me, do you?
No, of course not.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of me?
My honest opinion,
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm from a very wealthy family in the Middle East. Sadly, they're all dead now, so I inherited a great amount of fortune. I went all around Europe collecting jewels, trying to gain my fortune.
Oh, interesting.
I heard you're a cousin of Daisy's.
Yes.
Would you mind inviting her to tea with me?
Sure. I think I can arrange that. I certainly am awfully glad to see you again.
I'm certainly glad to see you as well.
We haven't met for many years.
5 years next November.
I just have to pop into town for a quick second.
Nick, wait! That was a mistake. I'm so embarrassed.
You're embarrassed? Daisy's equally as embarrassed as you are.
Daisy's embarrassed?
She's in there all alone. You're acting like a little boy.
She never loved you, see? She loves me.
You must be crazy.
No, old sport. You see, she only married you because I was poor and she was tired of waiting.
We share too many memories for you not to love me.
I'd be lying if I said I never loved Tom.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
The Great Gatsby, published in 1925, is known as Fitzgerald's masterpiece. This book captures America's jazz age by showing all the drinking, partying, lowered morals, and affairs. I think this is Fitzgerald's best piece because it's very personal to him and his life. He relates himself to the two main characters, Gatsby and Nick, and relates his wife Zelda to Daisy. Nick and Fitzgerald were both born in Minnesota and both attended Ivy League universities. Nick went to Yale University and Fitzgerald went to Princeton University. Also, they both wrote for their school's newsletters. Gatsby resembles Fitzgerald's by their high demands for success and fortune. I think that Fitzgerald created Gatsby as a better version of himself. Fitzgerald was a struggling alcoholic, and although Gatsby hosted many parties, he was anti-alcoholic and never drank. Gatsby and Fitzgerald both did anything they could to impress the ones that they loved. All Gatsby's parties he held were just to achieve the attention of Daisy. Daisy and Zelda are familiar in that money was a main motive for both of their marriages. Zelda would not marry Fitzgerald until he achieved a certain amount of money, and Daisy married Tom because Gatsby was not rich enough for her yet. Although Fitzgerald did end up marrying Zelda and Gatsby did not marry Daisy.
Throughout all of The Great Gatsby, many conflicts arise. One of the most major ones is obviously Gatsby and Tom in their fight for the love of Daisy, which represents man versus man. However, another one is not so clearly shown, and it's represented by Gatsby and his internal conflict over his insecurity about his wealth to the point where he has to lie about his identity to win over the affection of a woman, and that it represents man versus himself.
Another major conflict that is man versus himself is Nick. At the beginning of the story, Nick believed he was above all of them because of his high morals, but by the end of the story, he saw that he became more and more like them with partying and drinking.
The themes represented in The Great Gatsby are society and class and love. Society and class are represented by the way old money and new money represent America as a classless society. Many of the characters are represented by wealth alone and are very selfish. While possessing societal class, they lack moral, class, and character. Love plays a major role in the Gatsby and fuels the entire basis of the plotline. Only fools fall in love, and the greatest fool in Gatsby is Gatsby himself. While love is represented thoroughly, the aspect of romance is lacked.
There are many illusions in The Great Gatsby. One of the first illusions mentioned is about the King Midas. The narrator Nick states, "They stood on my shelf in red and gold like new money from the mint, promising to unfold the shining secrets that only Midas and Morgan and Maecenas knew." All three names stated are people that Nick idolizes because of their financial status and wealth. Midas refers to the Greek mythological king, and everything that he touched turned into gold. Morgan refers to the famous industrialist banker J.P. Morgan. Maecenas refers to the Roman statesman of the emperor. Later, in the Valley of Ashes, Fitzgerald shows a biblical allusion by relating the billboard of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg to a godlike figure. The billboard constantly watched over the desolate and grotesque area of the Valley of Ashes. This area is known to be the forgotten land of the 1920s because it contains people that are opposite of Gatsby and Tom.